Welcome everyone to the second episode of the Southend United Road to Glory on FIFA 14. Last episode was our first season and it did not go that great if we're being completely honest. However, this season I do think that now that I kind of understand how the game works a little bit, and also we have some younger players who are developing a little bit, might actually have a pretty good chance of getting promoted up to Football League 1 after this episode. I mean, this is how the team is looking. It's nothing too crazy. It's nothing too bad, nothing too good. It's really just a solid young team that just need to make slight improvements on. And we don't have that much money yet again, just over $500,000, so we're going to have to get pretty creative to find some new players. But one thing that will help is selling Craig Reed, our striker, to Port Vale for $500,000. He's very good. I think I might maybe regret this, but I have to be thinking long term, not immediate short term. And with that money, I was able to hire a scout who is going to Argentina as a two-star for a half-year scouting trip. Also sending a scout to Brazil for half a year, and a scout to Saudi Arabia for 9 months. We also won Manager of the Month for the month of October, as things are getting off to a pretty good start. But now it's time for a FA Cup tie against Scunthorpe United. And the team we're going with is our simple 4-4-2. We're not doing anything crazy. Payne is replacing Reed at that starting striker position. Everything else is the same and as it's been for the last year. Here are the highlights.
Going off, he's towards the end of his career, but he's put in a great performance today, and I hope he doesn't retire.
Well, now he's a skillful lad, and fans love him. He can do things on the ball many other players can't, so we'll await with interest his decision.
So we did lose this game 1-0. I mean, they had one shot on target the entire game, and it just so happened to be a goal. So, I mean, this is a really classic, really standard, old-school FIFA game. I mean, you look at the stats, we should have won, but somehow they were able to get the win in the end. Joining the team from the Youth Academy will be Tom Martin. Looks like he's going to be a central midfielder, 58 to 62 overall, 79 to 85 potential. Normally isn't that great, but I mean, that is pretty much a Premier League quality winger, or, well, center mid, so definitely going to have him at the club for a while. Also joining is Tyler Taylor, not that great overall, not that good potential, but, I mean that's pretty much his ceiling's a championship midfielder, so, I mean, we'll take it. Same goes for Will Miller, nothing too crazy, but could be a good championship midfielder. And at the halfway point, we are actually in an automatic promotion spot, which is pretty crazy considering last year was not that great. But I mean, we're only not in first because of goal difference. However, we're still one game away from not being an automatic and being in a playoff spot, so gonna have to really keep going on the gas for the rest of the year. That one thing that will not help that is pretty much our best player, I'd say at this point, Ryan Leonard. He's out for 8 weeks with a broken metatarsal. It's your classic first of the month injury. So that's definitely not going to help us going forward. Ben Coker has been sold to Morecambe for 120k. Joining the team from the Youth Academy, Argentinian. I have no clue what position he's going to end up being. Jose Romero. He's got 66 to 88 potential. He's only been at the Youth Academy for 1 month, so I don't know exactly where that potential is going to lie, but we'll obviously take the... I mean, could be a great player. Mark Laird has been sold to Charlton Athletic for $250,000. Just with the guys we've had come up through the Youth Academy, I don't really need him there anymore. And honestly, we could use a little bit of cash. So, I mean, transfer window. Didn't bring in any players yet again. Solid 370k profit, though. Also joining the team is Agustinho Morales. Goalkeeper. He's probably just going to be our backup for the rest of the series if I'm looking forward ahead. Juan Aguilar, nothing special about him. Same for Mario Diaz. Raul Morales could be good. I really don't think he's going to have time to develop. And another injury is John White, our starting right back, on the 1st of March. Broke his toe. He's out for 2 months, which is just fantastic because we could really use our starting right back. And then just a month later, Tom Martin broke his rib. He's out for 2 months. So we are pretty much just crawling into the end of this season. And then 3 days later, Barry Core tore his LCL. He's also out for 2 months. I mean, I do kind of like the fact there's this so many injuries. It's pretty realistic. But the fact that we've just had horrible luck towards the end of the season is not good. So we've got about 2 games left in the season. We're currently sitting 5th, 4 points off of a playoff spot, and we are 3 points ahead of, well, we're 5 points away from not being in a playoff spot. So I'm going to play these last 2 games. A draw will pretty much seal the fact that we will be in a promotion playoff spot. We obviously get 2 wins. There's a chance we might slip in. I don't think it's going to happen. But really, we just need to win these next 2 games and then likely end up being in the playoffs. And our first game is against Morecambe in the league. And Hazel starts in place of the injured Core. Miller starts instead of Laird. And Taylor starts at right back. It's an interesting lineup. Hopefully it works. Here are the highlights. So a 0-0 draw pretty much seals our fate as not going to be automatically promoted, and that is in fact the case looking at the table. And we've also clinched our spot up in the playoff spots. So this next game is kind of just going to be for fun a little bit. Try to get a little bit of momentum heading into the playoffs as we face Carlisle. Going for the same lineup. Hopefully we can get something to work this game. Here are the highlights.
Because one of those main strikers who could certainly come here and hurt them is out injured.
Yeah, and on his travels this year, Martin, he has nicked 1 or 2 goals away from home, so that is a blow.
Past his man. Here he is with a chance. Fletcher. Oh, that's another goal.
So we lost this game as well, 1-0, as things are really not looking good for us. Ended up finishing in 6th place, and that means we'll be going up against Crawley Town, who I'm planning on doing a Road to Glory with on FIFA 17. So it's a little bit of an insight for you for the future. But we simmed the first leg, we lost 1-0, but they do have a center back out on a red card. But we also have a player in our starting left back, Julian Bennett, out on a suspension as well. So it's going to be a tough game as we travel to their home ground, and I have to switch the formation up. 4-4-2 just is not working the way I want it to, so we're going to try a 4-4-1-1. Hopefully Payne can get a little bit more involved, Hazel can get some balls in behind, and Leonard can just attack their right back from that left position. Romero starts at that left back position. White's back from injury. Miller still starting. I don't feel very confident about this game, but you never know what can happen. It is FIFA. Here are the highlights.
Now Jones. Adams. He's found his teammate. Here he is with a chance. The keeper tries his luck, and he's done it. Payne. Walsh. That's great defending. Could be a goal. In with a chance. Struck the post. The referee obviously allowed them to take that quickly. Hurst. Great play from the attacker. On to the attack now. And here's the header. He's got the lead, and he's now going to do his best to try and retain that. Payne. Attacking well here. Great opportunity. Oh! Yes!
So we drew the game 2-2, which unfortunately means we are officially out and the season is now over. So we've got some youth academy players joining. Daniel Perez, do expect to see a lot of him next season, as that potential is insane, so is the overall. But a lot of these guys are just kind of rotation players. I mean, Vargas might play just because he's a good overall, not a long-term player. So yeah, I mean, we do have a performance review meeting. I assume we're going to keep our job considering how well we did. I mean, we finished in 5th place. We did make it to the playoff semifinals. We lost to the eventual champions, Crawley Town, okay? We did plenty fine. It's not our fault. But we did have a very good core group of players play in pretty much every single game for us this season. Barry Core was our leading goal scorer. Really wished really wish he didn't get hurt. Probably the injury that hurt us the most at the end of the year. Payne was also very solid. Second in goal, first in assists with 11. Core second in assists with 6. So when we had that 4-4-2 with Core and Payne up top, that duo was so good together. Just a real shame that Core got hurt towards the end of the year. I mean, even just look at their overalls. Payne and Core were on fire. But overall, I mean, 4-0, biggest win, biggest loss. Still have yet to buy a player because I just don't feel like any players are worth buying, that we can't just hope to get a better one through the youth academy. That'll probably change once we start getting a little bit more money, but right now I just don't feel a need to buy any players. We do have more losses than draws, which is something I want to improve on, but in 105 games, our record looks pretty average. I mean, the team, I think if we had this starting 11, maybe with Prez not in there and Prosser when he's healthy, I feel like this team probably could have gone up this year. I think we will go up next year, but I think it's just going to be piecing together a few missing parts. Hopefully, nothing too crazy happens. Hopefully, you can keep the core team around. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens next episode. Hopefully, you guys are just as excited as I am, and I'll hope to see you all then.